Hello everybody, welcome back. Just a sec, give me a moment. Alright, let's simply get started from here on, and we will work on the same Google Mail clone. Hopefully that's gonna be done. The thing is that we will not focus on the UI that much. That doesn't matter how that looks like. Overall that should be decent. That's it. I'm not worried about anything else. And yeah, main focus is gonna be on the business logic. So without any further delay, let's simply get started. And that was Google Meet. So simply said there should be Meet here, and Google Meet app. Let's simply open this, and the goal is to give it 4 hours today, and after that I will switch to the another thing. But let's see how it's gonna be going on. And again, we are actually using styles UI components, component based. So even we have to fix some of the errors. I think I was working on it yesterday, and then I couldn't get it done. So I'll start working on it again. And as for this thing, coming back to this, let me check the status of the live. Again, don't worry, 4 hours I think they are more than enough to just get something significant done. But yeah, it's not like it's gonna be completed just today itself. But within these 4 hours, we will be able to done we'll be able to do quite something. Okay, then I hope I'm audible. Am I audible? Quite something. Okay. Okay, I am. So without any further delay, let's simply get started. And we were here, and we were trying to just add what that is called shared CN over here, but I've been facing some of the errors, so let's simply fix that. As for this workspace, this is not quite required, so I'm going to get rid of this. Inside source I have these things, and this should be quite okay. Coming back to this ls, and if I say turbo dev, so let's see what kind of errors I'm gonna be getting. So it will be running that, and app, these are the things that we have. And let me open this, and let me open another thing, the overall plan for this, because I already planned everything. Like, this is how we will be going and all the tech stack and all, so we will be going with that only. And as for the tech stack and all, this is it. So first of all, Zustand, WebSocket, Burn, Turbo Repo, creating front-end and back-end both on Next.js itself, server.io. Ultimately, these are the things that are gonna be there. Okay, so without any further delay, let's simply get going from here on. And the first error is this CN, and that is just simply saying that module not found. At that workspace UI lives. Okay, that module is not found. That's right. So what will I do? I'll be back here, and inside this UI components.json, instead of having this workspace over here, I'm actually gonna be having at the repo UI components and all. So this was generated from there. Even this is not what I want. If I try to generate them, I think I will get some of the errors here. Components, hooks, lib, util.ts, even there is, okay, this is here. And style global.css, I have my global.css here as well. This should be at the repo, and everything else, let's see whether that's actually working or not. So if I actually try to add something, adding something like a button, so shared CN, and even I will go with this documentation, shared CN with the turbo repo. Okay, with this medium one. And the last time I think when I tried it, it actually worked. So I'd better just simply go through the whole block. Come on, yeah, I don't wanna sign in now. Dark reader. Let me reload it, and then it should be working. So it's better to just simply follow this and get everything done from here on. Hopefully it's gonna be working fine. Otherwise I can just simply get the important things from here. getting the important things in the sense most of the things I already have. I've even imported this. The second thing is that adding the path in the tsconfig.json. So let's even do that. Control C at the repo UI, and this is in which section? This is in the UI section. So in the UI section, in the tsconfig.json, I don't have the path. I do have the path. So path at the repo UI source. So everything inside that, and then yeah, that is there. That's okay, not a problem. So we have added the path as well. Apart from this particular path, what else do we need to do? Apart from this path, we have to add this much. We have already done that, and going forward from here on, this is the thing that I need to do. And components, they need to be like this. So let me just copy this particular section, aliases section, and I will come back to this section, and here I will replace the whole thing. Hopefully it will not give the error, but let's see how it's gonna be going on. So aliases components are gonna be repo components. Overall things are the same, right? At the repo UI components, this is the UI section. Components are the same, utilities are the same, lib is the same, and hooks are the same. So earlier it was just like this, even when I replaced workspace. So it's been just like this only. So quite understandable, fine. So I don't even need to copy paste anything. This is exactly the same. Apart from this particular thing, the next thing is that I have to export. Exporting is going to happen so I'm gonna be exporting global CSS, I'm gonna be exporting post config, I'm gonna be exporting lib, hooks, and components all. Alrighty then, let's export them like this. So if I go to package.json, so over here when it comes to exporting, right now am I exporting the same way? Let me paste it. Okay, turns out yeah, kind of I'm exporting the same way, but definitely missed something. So okay, overall things are same, they are being exported the same way, so I don't really need to worry about anything. And apart from this particular thing, once this exporting is done, this particular section, after that I have to just simply get it inside web app, and then it most probably it will start working. Okay, and then I have to just simply get it there only. So if I go to apps, web app, and package.json, so over here I'm getting my UI. So ls turbo, not even turbo, I'm actually using bun over here. So bun install, so it has installed everything, and once it is actually installed, turbo dev, no doubt we'll be getting the error, because ultimately the whole setup is getting ready right now. So there is high probability of getting that, but let's see. Here we are. It is simply saying that it can't resolve this particular section because it is actually coming from workspace, so I need to go to layout section. So going to the layout section here, app layout, coming back to this particular section. Over here it is unable to resolve this. Okay, that's fine. And global.css, we will fix it just right now, but I need this CN, and this CN needs to be imported from at the repo utilities. Right now it should not be giving me this error. And as for this global.css, so what I'll do, I'm gonna be going to the root dir web, and inside this I will create a global.d.ts and declare module, and that's gonna be everything.css. So because of this thing, hopefully I will not face this yeah, CSS error. Now it knows, TypeScript knows what this global is all about, and this much is done. If I try to restart it one more time, let's see what's gonna be happening now. Coming back to this, and this is working, great job, but only Tailwind is working right now. I'm not quite sure about shared CN. So what I have to do now, once this is done, exit. The next thing is actually implementing shared CN, and once the shared CN is implemented, then things are gonna be quite fine. But again, that's gonna be altogether a new challenge. Great, I'm gonna be back to the, I have quite implemented it, but whether it's gonna be working or not, that is yet to be seen. So inside UI now, inside source and components I need to get the button. So for this thing I need to go to shared CN website and let's click on the docs. I'm gonna be going with Next.js and I'm going to get a button from here, and that is using bun of course, and this way I should be getting this. Okay, so let's copy it, ls cd packages ui ls, paste it, bun next bun shared cn at the latest add button. Let's see where button is going to be added. So in that case button is added here, that is a good thing. And once the button is actually added there, after that what do I have to do? I have to just simply export it, exit it, and when it comes to exporting, control W, I said control W, control KW. I am unable to close this. Yeah, that's fine. If I go to the apps and app and page.tsx over here, and if I try to get the button from repo UI of course, and I'll say click here, I got the button. Let's see whether this much works or not. So for that thing of course I'll have to run it again, and most probably I'm gonna be getting the error here, missing task repo. What is the problem? Turbo, okay, sorry, turbo dev. So well, not getting the error. Interesting, this worked. Great. So if I try to make it variant destructive, button is there are no errors as such. Let me remove this color from here. Let me remove even this particular section, bring it in the middle. So it is in the middle, but there is no stylish style stuff. Why is that so? Because I'm not using Tailwind, I mean CSS, sorry, shared CN. For using shared CN, I'll have to import it here. I'm already exporting global.css, so I need to go through this. Again, this is really a good one actually, but whichever way someone has configured the things. So I'm not actually using global.css that I'm actually exporting, so I need to use that. And how will I use that? I will actually not like this. I'm exporting it. Once exported, add the packages, added post css config, instead of I can use this one as well. So inside post css config, I know once I keep working on this, so slowly it's gonna be even easier to maintain the stuff and all. Right now this is kind of the first time, so not the first time, but okay, overall. ts config next js ensure cy package is compiled, transpiled package. So I have to go to next config.json. So next config.json, I hope I'm on the right folder here. So next config dot is that json ts actually, right? So if I'm actually it's already done, so no need to worry about this particular section. Coming back to this one, components json, I'm supposed to be adding this much. So at the rate components hooks lib, and then utilities and ui, they need to come from the packages section. So if I actually check out the components, so they are coming from the ui, and well, that's bad actually. Well, that's not what I want. Should I keep it at the top? Yeah. And then when it comes to the components.json file here, hopefully it is as expected. So at the rate components, at the rate hooks lib, and utilities, utils and ui, they are coming from there, and that is okay, makes sense. The only thing that is remaining, adding the global css, and I think that's added here. So import everything from here. So ultimately I have to add this global CSS file here, and that's it. We won't really need to do anything. So if I go to global.css, let's remove everything and let's simply import it like this. Having said that, I think it's expecting two quotes. Just okay, it turns out import at the rate, it is global.css, globals.css. So what is the problem? Okay, sorry, not here. So whatever I had earlier, what did I have earlier? I had tailwind, add that import tailwind, and either I can import it here, that would even be great, or I can directly get it inside layout. So instead of getting it from there, I'm actually going to be importing it from @repo slash UI slash global CSS. That is it. This is how I'm gonna be going ahead, and let's see whether it works or not. So yeah, it is working. So ultimately, shared CN has also been integrated. That is a good thing. It's been integrated. It is destructive. What else do I need? This is the destructive button, right? So I'm not even using this at all. Close everything from here, and once everything is actually closed, I go to this page.tsx. Keep it normal. Normally it looks like this, and that's enough. I mean, and if I say variant outline, it looks like that. How many variants do I have? Secondary variant. Well, it doesn't really have any effect. Okay, there is some effect. Outline. How would ghost, not even ghost. Well, most of the things, they don't really have any effect. I don't know, for some reason, but okay, ultimately it is working. So shared CN is gonna be quite functional here. Apart from this particular thing, what can I work on? Once this is done, shared CN is integrated and it is working quite well. So, and why is it's working well? Because I followed the documentation. As simple as that. So ultimately, I am using this thing. So coming back to this, New York, this is being used if I'm not wrong. So if I go to components.json, Redux Nova is actually being used, not a problem. It's okay, it can be used too. So over here it worked, and if I tried, yesterday I tried to integrate it in some other project. So over there I was facing the errors. So let me even fix that. So that was the edtech related stuff, yeah, this one. And over here I was trying to do the same thing. I was trying to integrate or set up shared CN, but this could not be done yesterday. Oh, what is this? You've got to be kidding me. The main project, I'm not able to get it for some reason. And many things are not even visible properly. Okay, I messed up here. So what am I supposed to be doing right now? They are completely separate things. So first of all, let's get them closer to each other. And once they are closer to each other, I just simply clicked on something, I don't know what, and because of that thing, it's actually like that. So there are two of them, and they are separate ones. Even this is not a bad thing. But move to secondary bar panel. Secondary bar is gonna be this one. And once it is actually moved now, so it is gonna be here. Folders are these. Chat is this section. So folder, so explorer. and this is quite understandable too, so it does make sense. But move to panel. This is the panel section. This is crazy. Okay, apart from this particular thing, where else can I move it? uh, I have messed up with the setup, but I will have to fix it anyhow, otherwise it's gonna be crazy. Move to primary sidebar, so this is where it's going to be moved. Outline, open editors, they are moved to primary sidebar. Move to primary sidebar or panel, primary sidebar, so it is moved. Let's remove the session section, and now I have to they are not being merged. In that case, npm script, oh, I can have that too. Anything else that I can have here? Activity bar position, move primary sidebar right, hide primary sidebar, and open editors, these are the opened ones. Coming back to this particular section, uh, add folder to workspace, open folder setting, remove folder from workspace. Okay. uh, 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 uh. Remove folder from workspace. What can I do here? Hide folders, hide badges, move to this, reset location. Oh, this worked. Resetting location worked. Ouch. So let me keep it at the top, and this is how it's gonna be working on. So how did this reset location work? I can move, I can hide, I can explore, and all these things are gonna be here. But ultimately, I fixed this. Nothing could be better than this. Having said that, keep everything aside. Okay, so coming back to this, this is the Google Meet section. I'm gonna be back here, and hopefully everything is fixed here as well. EdTech, yeah, and I'm gonna be keeping it at the top. And the problem with this was shell CN wasn't being set up properly, and I tried to do everything the right way, and right now there's only one way, copying in everything, all the configuration and all. So let's do that. First of all, I'm actually using a pnpm here. Pnpm install, already up to date, turbo dev, and let's see what kind of errors. I already know the error, but let's see it one more time in action. Well, most of the time pnpm, they take quite a lot of time. One doesn't take this much time. That's the beauty of using one. By the way, this is not gonna be there. Let's get rid of these. Again, compilation is gonna take time, and the first error I'm getting, that is the packages UI sources styles global.css, either evaluating Node.js code and all. And ultimately this is what it is getting. And client component browser UI source styles global client component browser apps layout.tsx, so something is missing. This is the import trace, so I have to go to layout, and that is where I'm actually facing the error. So layout.tsx that I have, and I'm actually importing it from here, and that importing thing styles global.css should not be problematic, but still repo slash UI slash style slash global.css. So once I actually have it here, how about the global CSS here? I have only this much. Okay, and what it is saying that check this thing, import at that repo UI. So right now there should be no error as such. UI styles directly, right? And it should be UI, and inside UI I have source, inside source I have styles. So isn't this wrong? So repo UI slash, okay, it turns out I'm directly getting them here because everything inside the source that's directly accessible. Okay, that's fine too. Slash global CSS, and why that's directly accessible? Because of the this configuration here. So CSS is actually gonna be not this. Uh, Ultimately these things are gonna be available. So components, UI, utils, lib, and the path is already set. Apart from this particular thing, if I go to ts config, I'm just simply saying that at the repo UI everything is gonna be equals to source and everything. So whatever everything is inside source, that's gonna be equivalent to this, and because of that thing I'm not getting the error. That is fine. But what kind of error am I getting right now? So if I go to the front end, reload the page one time, come back here, and that is mm, this one, packages UI source styles global CSS either evaluating Node.js code. I tried to follow everything. Imported aliased to relative, packages UI source styles inside of project app web, module not found. So it is kind of unable to get that. Mm. I'm gonna be doing one thing. I'm gonna be following exactly the same way the things are actually being exported here, so that I can be sure I'm doing everything right. So for that thing I'm gonna be starting from the top. There's gonna be no difference as such except the versions of the packages. So first of all, this needs to be done inside PostCSS MJS. I hope that's getting already done here. Okay, export default, okay, that doesn't matter how I do it. Then import tailwind, I need to import it inside global.tss. I'm already doing it inside global.css. Tailwind is actually imported directly. Apart from this particular thing, inside source I have to create global.css. We've done that, and after that go to cd UI, import all these things, and then use this particular what is this, ts config json configuration. So ts config json configuration, I'm actually supposed to be using this. Overall this base URL is actually deprecated, so if I comment this, and this base URL is actually deprecated, so I better remove it from here. And apart from this particular thing, overall things are exactly the same. Paths are here, strict null checks, so let's forget about everything. Let's even remove this particular section. I'm just gonna be going with this so that it actually starts working, because this is something that is okay, I mean that does the job. Apart from this particular thing, I'm gonna be going with this. I already have it if I'm not wrong. So if I check this particular section out, lib utils, I have it here, that's okay. Apart from this particular thing, go to UI, and I'm going to add this in the UI section. Not that much, just this much aliasage, they are gonna be enough. So components.json, just aliasage I needed to replace, so let's simply put them here, and I think they are the ones that are being used, and that's it. Apart from this particular thing, nothing else. Coming back to this, I need to replace it all here. So global.css, overall if I just keep it here, I just need to remove these two things, and remaining things should be fine. So let's see how it's gonna be going on. And apart from this particular thing, then exports, when it comes to exporting the things, that's really the most important part here. So if I check the exporting package.json, so whenever I'm exporting, so far I've been exporting directly, and I'm gonna be exporting the things separately, just like this. Once they are exported, apart from this particular thing where, okay, I did it here, after that I have to get it there, that's fine. And then I have to go to app, control C, let's go to the app, and inside the app, inside where post config.js, so post config.js, I'm gonna be just keeping it here. And apart from this particular thing, I'm gonna be getting everything in the path, so I'm gonna be setting the path inside tsconfig.json. So tsconfig.json paths need to be set, and they are kind of already set over here, so we don't really need to worry about anything. So this is done, and once this is done, uh, let's simply have this thing as well, next config. So next.js config, next config, oh, it's already here, no problem. And lastly, we need to have these aliases inside the web app. So inside the web app, when it comes to aliases, that inside components.json, I need to have them, and I think they were already here, so no problem as such. And I need to import it inside layout.css. So inside layout.css, it needs to be imported, and it is already done. Okay, once this is done, I need to just simply get the button right now and get going. So let's see now. Globals.css. The problem is that inside my web app, where is the issue? The issue is actually here. This should not be here. And where else am I getting this issue? This is overall fine, so what is the problem? There are no errors as such, still. Okay, this is the one. Okay, I seem to have missed something. And what have I missed? This is the problem, so let me remove it. By mistake, I think I've done it. Of course, by mistake. Sidebar, and this is how it should be going ahead. Hopefully there are no errors as such right now, so let's simply close this. Once this is actually closed, I need to get everything done. Go to the page.tsx. I'm going to get the button, but this button is not going to be imported from there, rather it's actually going to be imported from this, and ls pm install and turbo dev. Let's simply check this thing out, and this is great. So this seems to be working. Apart from this particular thing, what else do I need to do? Apart from this particular thing, if I try to use a button destructive I'm using, right? So ultimately, if I actually remove this, if I make it just simple, if I simply remove the variant from here, so it doesn't really have any effect. Got it. I think turbo dev stopped. Dev script dev exited. Caching issue, is that so? So inside app, next, remove it, turbo, remove it, everything else is fine. Packages, UI, overall things are great. Let's simply run it again. Why is it exiting it? So it is just simply saying that Vipendra Ban which, oh shit, I'm crazy. I changed the things here. Okay, and it is now exiting it. Exiting in the sense, if I go to my UI, what did I just change right now? UI section, and inside UI is this. So what was said right now changed. So sometimes when the things go on right, I make them worse. Okay, it is already in use, sorry for that. Coming back to this one, this was the project that I had to work on, and I worked on something else. Such a bad thing. Let's simply import it, and by default it looks like this. Let me do one thing, let me remove it all from here, and this is actually gonna be looking like this. There is no CSS as such. And as for these buttons, if I actually go to the layout section here, so if I remove it and import CSS again, so import @repo / UI / I'm directly getting this global CSS. Okay, so globals.css. Once I have it here, it doesn't seem to be working. So even if I have this globals.css, it doesn't have any effect. Turns out yes. And the remaining things are fine. Coming back to here, this global.css, it has this shared C and stuff. So if it actually has that, why am I not? Variant default ls. Let's simply, I think I'll have to install everything one more time. As everything is configured the right way, it should be working, but it doesn't seem to be working. So only hi there is being here, I mean rendered here. How about the style and all? Okay, so I am redirected here. These are the styles that I have here. In this slot, this is actually coming from @redux UI react slot. So that could be problematic. Okay, because of that thing, I might be getting the errors. So let me remove this button from here. Once this button is actually removed, let me cut it from here, because yesterday I did this. So even though there are no errors, but I'm not getting any style and all. In that case, let me stop it. Shared CN. Let me copy this command, and ls, time to go to cd packages UI, paste it here. Sorry, I'm actually using pnpm over here. So for pnpm, I'm gonna be needing another command, and that's edtech project, right? So for pnpm ds shared cn add. So let's simply use this and go ahead with this. So this is added. So if I actually check this button.tsx, slot is actually coming from Redux UI, and just a minute. If I actually try to get the button here, should be imported from here. Click here. So this much I've done, and if it doesn't work, I will just blindly follow the blog that has been there, because that blog works. If I try to combine shared scene documentation with the blog, then I face the issues. Otherwise things go on the right way. What is the problem? cd to directory is back, and this time pnpm install everything. It's already up to date. Turbo dev will be starting it. So the same error that I got earlier, the slot is not available, sorry, it's unable to resolve that. But when I did the same thing using this, where is that, in the another project, and when I got the button, so inside this button slot was coming from there only, a slot was coming from Radix UI. As for Radix UI, it was nothing but a, okay, Radix UI was actually a folder and there were proper things for this slot. I did Radix UI React presence, so I did Radix UI. So it turns out inside Redis UI there's nothing. I'm gonna be facing errors because of this later, not now. Getting the server repo set up gets hectic. How about keeping it simple? Going with only one thing. That does the job, but I have problems in the node modules itself here. And by the way, if I run this project, I don't get the errors, but later I will definitely get them. As for this button mainly uses slot comes from Radix UI. So if I click on this, this is the section, right? This is just for the types. Okay, then let's continue with this. This is working in this case, but the same thing is not working there. And over here I have this Radix UI inside the node modules, but in the other case over here, when it comes to button, it is still using this Radix UI, but the question is, do I actually have it there? So if I talk about this, so inside UI node modules, this Radix UI is nothing but a file, and that's problematic. And that is why I'm facing this error. So how can I resolve this? I deleted that first of all, and now of course I don't have Radix UI. That simply means even if I click on this, I'm redirected here. If I run it, before even running it, this is yet right, so pnpm install, that's great, up to date. Okay, got it. For some reason initially this Radix UI wasn't here. Now I got that back, and as I got that, if I run turbo dev, it will work fine hopefully. So here we are at least not getting the errors, and as I'm not getting the errors, so if I actually go to this button and variant, let's keep it default, let's see what's gonna happen. This variant doesn't seem to be working the right way. How about making it destructive? Oh, destructive. Yeah, so even if we are getting that the button is here, but something is still missing from the button. So ultimately the style stuff, the default style. And that could be because of this. So this global.css, this needs to be exported there in order to I got it back again. Let me delete all the node modules from UI, at least for now. Close everything, stop everything, and as for the node modules, fine, ls pnpm install, they've been installed, right? And when it comes to this node module in this particular section, so node modules of UI, I have radix.ui, and if I run it turbo dev, then what will happen? It is still there. So this radix.ui, this is still here. If I go there, this looks like this. Coming back to this particular section, nothing has changed, at least right now. And the another thing is that I have to check the node modules inside web. So inside web, if I check the node modules, okay, once that is done, let's check the component.json here. CSS file is packages UI source styles global.css and globals.css. By the way, this is the type for that, and this is fine too. So when this works right, if I go to the layout, this particular section, I'm getting the style from there. So if I okay, @repo globals.css, why is this not redirecting me there? How about if I comment this? Now click on this. Interesting. So at the end of the day, it is not able to find that. Okay. @repo / UI / styles / if I click on this, this doesn't show me the right path. Okay, let's comment it for a while. If I check this thing out inside packages, actually package.json, when it comes to globals.css, so I'm directly exporting it. Source styles globals.css. This is actually directly being exported from here. Globals.css. So as this is directly being exported, so I should directly be getting there. I'm not exporting a style specifically, so I should not be getting the style there. So coming back to this particular section, when it comes to importing the stuff, so import @repo / where do I want to get it? I want to get a /UI / I'm even getting styles that is actually not being exported from there. So what can I do? I can do one thing. Few caching related issues are there if I'm not wrong. So first of all, let's delete this next property, delete the node modules properly. Once they're deleted, that is it. Come back to this package.json. I'm getting everything from UI and Tailwind CSS. everything is okay, and then npm install, got the node modules. And when it comes to this particular node modules, so if I go to the repo UI source components button.tsx, the inferred type of the button can't be named without reference to the element from repo UI node modules types React JSX runtime. This is likely not portable and annotation is necessary. This turbo repo stuff. Otherwise, I will build it separately. That doesn't even matter. Why to keep in? Use turbo repo. Okay, but before even that, let me give it a try. Import globals.css. Okay, let me try to run it and see whether I'm gonna be getting the same issue or not. Turbo repo dev Google Meet app. Not this one. This is the section. It is unable to resolve that Redux UI. Inside components, I got it again for some reason. Probably I haven't been deleting the global node module file. Let me do that too right now. Insane. Let's see how it's gonna be going on. Setting up and getting everything done, then building this. After even building this, you will have to deploy it and these many things. I'm gonna be going with one thing. Let's directly use Next.js. Turbo repo setup is okay, but again, this needs a lot of configuration. Knowing is okay when if it gets really compulsory to do this. I'm gonna be doing it. For now, it's better to just go with the things directly. But the thing is that if you are using turbo repo, you are just doing some extra stuff. So ultimately, extra learning is going on if you are just going with that. That's the main reason behind it. Otherwise, I would have left it a long time ago. And working with turbo repo is not a problem. Getting the setup ready is the problem. Click here is here, and this doesn't seem to be working. Coming back to the UI node modules, I think as I'm on the settext section, layout, this button, this is actually imported from there. @UI components and buttons, so I'm getting it from there, but still the result is not what I want to see. Okay, so what can I do now? Most probably I'm not getting the right style, so radix.ui I got here again, and if I run it again the next time, it will be giving me the errors. As expected, I'm getting that. So initially I had that radix, so this radix is the problem. I know this is the problem, but how can I resolve this? I have no idea. I'm gonna initialize a new project using npm, and I will try to get the same thing done there, and let's see what happens after that. Okay, so another one, because I have a project over there, things are working completely fine. Even like this one, when it comes to this Google Meet, things are working fine here, and it is using the same setup. I'm not able to, because over there I just simply over here I followed the blog only, so the blog whatever is mentioned there, that works fine. So if I just simply say turbo dev and check this thing out, so yeah, we are getting the style of shared CN here. That simply means this particular section works. So ultimately we will not face the issues on this particular Google Meet app. But again, I've done it once, but there should be a fixed way. If you go with that way, you will no doubt not face any errors. But here nothing is certain, so let me give it one more try. Trying in the sense, this time I will initialize everything using npm and will follow the steps hopefully. Ethic, what will I try to do this time? Ethic, let me delete this. Ethic backend is gonna be here. Okay, let me create this ethic stuff again. Ethic, and this time for initializing turbo repo I'm gonna be using npm. PNPM redux problem, maybe I did something, or that is the problem from that side, don't know. So turbo repo, let's see with the what happens with npm. Docs, installation, PNPM. With Bun not facing the issue, it worked kind of the right way. NPM, even PNPM should work. I'm sure I did something wrong from my side, so that is why I was just simply facing that issue. But let's see, this particular thing is done. Let's simply npx create turbo @latest. So yeah, do it. Yes. Usually except Bun, all the things they take quite some time to get the things done. Current directory, oh no way yaar, my turbo repo, I wanted it in the current directory. So in the current directory, I'm gonna be using npm, and let's see how it's gonna be going on. Okay, great job, did it quite fast. Okay, after that I will be just simply removing these docs from here, as simple as that, and then I will go to the shared CN section. because things are gonna be quite straightforward. So shadcn with turbo repo. Coming back to this one, and over here I want to go with the installation section and this particular Next.js. But before even that, I have to check out the monorepo section. A monorepo in the sense this monorepo section. From here I have proper commands for all. So click on npm. This is mainly gonna be for monorepo. So npx addition. Well, even this does not work directly, so I will have to go through the things manually. Alrighty. Coming back to this, I need to maintain this structure, and mainly in this particular structure I don't really need to worry about anything here. I may need to change some of the things, but it will be done directly, and I will be able to initialize or set up the shared scene inside app directly. The main problem is inside packages, so let's do it manually. For doing it manually, I need source, and after source I need components button and all, something like this. So let's simply follow it. So source, components, and button.tsx, right? Okay, it's still getting installed. So UI setup is ready. Npx login cache, enable remote caching recommended. Okay, let's do that. And I don't know what it does. It does something related to caching and all. Okay, this is done, right? Existing token found. Npx turbo link done. Yes. Okay, so this is done. What is the next thing that I want to do? The next thing is that inside UI I already have source, and inside source I have some buttons. So let me delete. Cancel. So inside source I want to have what? I want to have styles, and I want to have hooks, lib components. So styles, hooks, then lib or libs. That's actually lib and components. Inside components I will be having the components. So this particular section is done. What is the next thing that I want to do? Exit it from here. The next thing is that you actually have to create a globus.css inside styles, and this is the most important part. So globals.css. So this is you have to create, and inside this you have to create utils.ts. So inside this you have to create utils.ts. I mean, that's the only thing that you need to do, at least for now, and nothing else. As for this files, I'm not gonna be doing anything here, rather just this particular section is going to be changed, and I'm going to create inside the UI directly components.json. I hope that's the one. The name is wrong. So this is how I'm gonna be going ahead, and instead of having this workspace, control D, I'm gonna be having repo, and overall things are fine. Not really a problem here. Coming back to this particular section, even things are fine here, but and they are mainly, yeah, this is configured for that only. So what will I do? I will initialize this as Sheehan there. First of all, initializing shared Sheehan, I should not initialize it here, because I'm gonna be exporting everything from UI, so that's okay. I don't need to do that. So I definitely need to copy it, and I need to paste it inside components.json. Paste it here. I hope the name is components.json. Once this is done, this workspace needs to be replaced with the repo. This is the first thing. Apart from this particular thing, everything is fine. And what do I need to do next? And the next thing is that Redux Nova is being used, so I have to just simply select that only, and overall things are fine. I'm gonna be changing the path. Overall things are great, but few things are missing, so let's do it manually, and after that I'll see if I can make something better. As for this is not quite needed, so let's simply remove this, and I need to add the paths, and the paths are not quite added here. Paths in the in which file? Inside tsconfig.json. For adding the paths, what I will do, I will go to this file, and from here I will be getting some of the important stuff. What are those important stuffs? First of all, as for just installing it, I will install it manually, so let me even do that. So inside UI I will have to install, right? So ls cd packages UI, and let me go to the Tailwind website, tailwind css.com. Let's get the Tailwind here. So Tailwind framework Next.js, it is mainly going to be for that. Copy it from here and paste it here again. Pasted it wrong way. npm install Tailwind css, Tailwind post css and all. So they are going to be installed. Once that is installed, then I need to just simply add this. So I can just simply copy it, create something called post css config.njs. So just inside this, inside UI, post css.config.njs, paste it here. This is also fine. And if I go here in this particular section, install this, and post css config.njs, I'm asked to do the same thing. Then just simply import it inside what globals.css. So go back to this globals.css here, paste it here. This is done. Apart from this particular thing, you need to have it anyhow. And coming back to this particular section, packages UI, npm install. So all the things need to be installed. Shared CN stuff needs to be installed. So what will I do? Instead of installing it, I will run the command and it will do the job. So what is that command? That command is go to this at the top, installation Next.js monorepo command. Let's simply go to the root dir, cd, few steps back, ls, control shift v, run it, and yes, hopefully it will just make it the way I want it. Radix Nova. It just simply does one thing. It gives me the styles. It fills the whole. I mean, it will be adding it here very soon. So let's see what's gonna be happening. Okay, installing the dependencies and all. So it automatically installs the dependencies. I don't have to do that manually. I mean, that's the only thing that happens because of this. Okay, I don't even have node modules. Hopefully by the end of this I will have them here. And the installation, how long will it take? So it is npx this next monorepo. So it should definitely be working fine, but this installation is gonna be taking time, that is for sure. Okay, so ultimately, yeah, it did add the things whatever I wanted. So this is done right now. Once this is done, I must have okay, add repo components button tsx. It just simply created this, and that is problematic. And this happened mainly because one thing, the path hasn't been cleared here. Okay, exactly what is the path, and because of that thing, it is just simply giving me the errors and all, and that is fine. So what will I do? I'll have to set up the path, proper path. So paths, no, it actually needs to be here, paths, and I'm gonna say @repo /UI. I think everything inside UI is going to be equals to src / everything inside that. Hopefully this is right. So I'll have to even check out the path. So come back to this particular section inside this. How do I set the paths? So for setting the paths, @repo UI, everything inside that needs to be everything inside source. Okay, this is done. Then I have to get the globals.css. Once I get that, this should be working fine. That simply means if I try to run it again, the same command, it should be generating everything inside source, but let's see whether it actually does that or not. So npx share cn at the latest init, this is fine, and let's see how it initializes radix, radix nova, and hopefully it will work as expected because of this path only. So this is done. If I click on the source, if I click on the components, I got my button.tsx. If I click on the lib, I got utils.tsx. If I click on styles, I got globals.tsx. Great job. Ultimately everything has been built with the command only, so hopefully I will not face the issues. So this particular thing is done. Let's close everything from here. What is the next step? I have added the path, I have my components.json. Even I need to export the things the right way. Right now I'm exporting everything from here. What I need to do, the exportation, I have to export, this thing is already done. Exporting. I have to export the things separately so that I'm actually able to use this globals.css there too. Okay, got it. So I'm gonna be going with this particular way. I will generate global.css just here inside UI, and it's going to be used there as well. So for this particular thing, I will export the files in this particular format. So installing globals.css, exporting post config, exporting lib, everything inside lib, everything inside hook, and everything inside components. So I'm actually exporting the things like this. Okay, apart from this particular thing, once I have exported them, I need to just simply get it inside that. Got it. And let's do it. So overall this side I've done it. Even I have this button.tsx, so that's really a good thing. Coming back to this main file, public app, and inside app, first of all, post css config, do I have that here? I have this JSON file here, and things are configured the right way. Apart from this particular thing, what do I need to do? I have to create post css post config.mjs. That is not here yet. So let's simply click on yeah, that's not here yet. So let's simply click on this post css config.mjs, paste it here. So this thing is done, and again this is actually coming from this particular section. So if I go here, so the configuration that I had inside my UI, I'm exporting the same configuration and using it inside app. So this particular thing is done. And apart from this particular thing, what else do I need to do? The next thing is that I have to get the dependencies. That is fine, got that. And I have to set the path. So the current path is gonna be this everything inside the source, and the another path is gonna be everything inside the repo and all. So let's do it manually. So what I want inside ts config, so that it's actually able to do the things the right way, I'll come here and I will set the paths. So when it comes to the path, so I have two types of paths over here. @everything in the root dir, and that's gonna be whenever I say @everything, that should get everything from source and everything, just like this. And when I say @repo/ui/anything, that should be getting the things from //packages/ui/everything. And I hope this should be the right one. Yeah, that's right. So let me even copy it so that I'm sure that I'm not making the errors and all, and paste it here. Overall things are exactly the same. So this particular thing is done, and the next thing is that ensures UI package is compiled to transpile packages report. So it just simply ensures that your UI is gonna be compiled. So let's go to the next config.js. So next config.js, I already have it here, and what I'll do, transpile packages, and I have to make sure that that particular package is being transpiled. So repo/ui, this makes sure that that is actually transpiled. Okay, just a minute. Alrighty. Oh my, here is Missy, not Missy. Okay, coming back to this one. Overall things I've done, this is fine. Types are here. Anything else that I'm missing here? uh, Apart from this particular thing, I can actually make it a, I can import the types here. Import type next configure, been that's what mentioned here, right? So they are actually being imported, that's fine. And apart from this particular thing, I don't really think that there's anything. Global CSS, so inside layout I can import global.css. So instead of getting this particular global CSS here, so app layout I've been getting this global CSS, I can get it like this. And @repo UI global.css, I hope, let me check the @repo / UI / glo globals.css, this is fine. I have a sore throat, I can't speak well, just a minute. Already a bit better. And that's it, nothing else. Overall things we've done. So this is the configuration that we had to just simply go through. And you know what I think? The main reason I wasn't able to get the style here, I think, let's see what happens this time. So this much is done. Apart from this particular thing, what do I have to do? I have to go to this page.tsx, and inside this page.tsx, let's simply remove everything and get it like this. And once this is done, I'm actually going to get my button here. Button should be coming from here. Click me, just like this. This much is done. What is the next thing do I have to do? npm install everything, and then turbo dev will be running it. Let's see what's gonna be the result here. So I am getting this button, great. If I make it a class name bg red 300, let's close this. I know what the problem is, if I'm not wrong. Even the problem that I don't know. Okay, so because this is working, I think I need to install ShareCN here as well. So the packages need to be installed here, then only it will work. Hopefully that is the reason. I already have Tailwind installed. The thing is that variant and the default, it doesn't seem to have any effect, and the same problem we were facing earlier. So what can we do now? Let's see what was done here in this blog. So first of all, create turbo repo done, UI done, packages done, installation inside UI done, exporting done, Tailwind CSS done, then setting up a ShareCN. So how do we set up ShareCN? Done. Install all the packages, then configure ts config, just add the path over there. Apart from this particular thing, add CSS styles to globals.css, this is also done. Then inside utilities, add this, done. And then coming back to this, you have to export, so you have to export this way, that is also done. And then the source styles global.css, that should be the CSS over here. So if I go to this components.json, that should already be the right way. So source styles globals.css, that's done. And then source styles globals.css, yeah. After that, UI source style global.css, I have to add this. So maybe this is the only thing that's missing. Apart from this particular thing, now go to the Next.js project, and over here add the aliases exports like this. Okay, UI package.json, that still needs to be done there. And then I have to go to web app, I have to import everything. Once everything is imported, I have to install. Once everything is installed, set up the configuration, and set up the paths, set up the next config.ts, and then components JSON. Inside component JSON, set the aliases, and import @repo UI globals.css, and that's it. That simply means I'm doing everything right. How to set up and remove in the next year's TypeScript releases. They are using Bun here. Packages UI. So Bun add everything. After that plugin. After that inside global.css do this. Install all of this. Then do this library options. Then this, add all these things, and after that this medium is amazing, yeah. So ultimately overall things are exactly the same. They are doing the following the same thing. They are adding this extra thing. Add this line inside. So to ensure Tailwind picks up your classes used in the UI package, update globals.css again. I think this is the only thing I'm missing, and apart from this particular thing, everything has been set. So come back here, just simply add it here, and hopefully things are gonna be working the right way. Turbo div. Whoa! What the hell? One thing that needed to be added anyhow. I skipped that, and I've been facing the errors. तो वही done हो गया. This is how it simply goes. Interesting. We've done it, yeah. Congratulations. We know how it works, how we set up the things and all. Okay, by the way, it's how long has it been anyway? It's been 1 hour and 21 minutes. Okay, so this particular is done. Ultimately, shared CN is also set up, so we don't really need to worry about this particular thing. Great job. Let's simply exit this. We know it well now how it works and all. Even there are lots of blocks and also that can be done easily. Let's simply close this, close this, close this, and ultimately, yeah, this is done. What is the next thing that I want to do? It's time to go to what? It's time to go to the project called Google Meet, because I have to work on that. And the thing is that I'm gonna be live if nothing important comes up. It's already been 1 hour and 22 minutes. I will be live for 2 hours and half an hour, 2.5 an hour. Ultimately, continuously for 4 hours, I'm gonna be live and get this particular thing done. And after that, I will take a break for 1 hour and all, and then do the stuff. But this is how it's gonna be going on until unless something important comes up. Coming back to this, the good thing is that we did it. Like setup is ready, really a good stuff actually. Not really bad thing at all. Now we have to go to this Google Meet. This is the have I deleted this by mistake? Okay, this should be inside Meet. Let's simply delete this Google Meet stuff from here as well. Meet, Google Meet, open this, owned whatever you call that. We have to work on this. Okay, this button is here, this is here, and overall things are done here as well. And we are using Bun here, so that's again a good stuff. And let's collapse everything. We have app inside web app. What else do we need to have? Let's have a look at the plan. The plan was something like this, that अरे भाई कहाँ गए? So this is the plan. When it comes to working on this, so I'm gonna be using the backend part and the frontend part on Next.js itself, and I will have to create another server for socket.io. So this is how it's gonna be going ahead. And now how will I authenticate on the server side? This it will happen using I will do it using sending cookie to the socket server, then validating the user using session. So this is how it's gonna be going on. How we'll do it, we'll see it when we actually reach that particular level. And these are the tech stacks that we are gonna be using. At the end, the goal is to deploy it, but let's see how it's gonna be going on. And so the next thing is that the backend setup is already ready. It's not like this is the first day. This is actually the part 3 if I'm not wrong. So earlier I've gone through many things. So inside app, let's not worry about this. Inside packages, I have DB. Inside DB, what am I doing? First of all, I have initialized everything. initializing everything, in the sense, first of all, DB is responsible for only one thing, that is MongoDB. So it just gives me the client, that's it. I'm gonna be using beta auth over here, and that is why I cannot use Mongoose. Rather, I will have to use what is that called? I will have to use I forgot, MongoDB client. And when you are actually using this, you cannot define the schema, and that's the worst thing, but can't really do anything. We will have to go with this only, and let's see how it's gonna be going on. Having said that, coming back to this, uh, mainly everything starts from here. So first of all, this particular file is responsible for just simply exporting the file. I got it from the documentation itself. If you go to the documentation of auth.js, over here you will find the whole code. Again, this is doing nothing. It is just simply generating the client. If the client is already generated, if it is cached, that is okay. If it is not cached, it is generating that. And global with Mongo, this is the caching stuff. Okay. And then after that, I'm gonna be getting the DB. So what will happen? I got the client. After getting the client, I will get the database. Once I got the database, then what do I have to do? I will connect to the database. Then I will get it. Once even I'm checking it whether the database connection is already established. If that is, then just simply return. Don't need to create it again. No need to create it again. And then from index.ts, I'm actually exporting everything from here and nothing else. So this is actually what I'm doing here. I have some environment variables here. This is the Google Meet DB database, and this is on localhost. This is the only thing that's happening here. When it comes to collection, so I'm exporting this particular collection. So I'm actually creating the collection DB collection users. So this collection is going to be created, and I can just simply use this collection anywhere. So ultimately, from here, I'm exporting client, DB, and collection. So these are the things that I'm actually exporting from here. Should be enough. And when it comes to package.json, so from here, so everything is being exported from index.ts. So whatever there is inside index.ts, I'm just simply exporting it from here. Okay, got it. What else? The next thing is that inside auth, I'm configuring better auth, and configuring better auth in the sense it's pretty much easy peasy. The thing is that I installed better auth. After that, I got my DB, I got my client from DB, and then enabled email and password authentication. Once I got auth, I'm just simply exporting it from here. So if I have a look at package.json, again, I'm exporting everything from index.ts. So everything is being exported from here on to, and that is it. This much only we've done so far. What is the next thing that we have to do? Okay, if I actually want to know about the next thing, I will have to go to better auth. Let's go here. Let's click on this, and let's click on the documentation. Once clicked on this, let's click on installation. Added better auth. So let's start by adding better auth to your project. So bun add better auth. We've done it. After that, even we have to initiate, we need to have better auth on both the sides. So if I check here, I already have better auth here. That's great, and it is compulsory. You need to have better auth here on the website as well, on the server side as well, like on auth side as well. So this thing is already done. We have installed this. After this, a secret key, better auth secret key. This is mainly needed on the front end side, if I'm not wrong. Let's close this. Yeah. So on the front end side, if I actually have a look at the environment variable, so I have the secret key 2 over here, and that's gonna be needed here. Apart from this particular thing, better auth URL, that's gonna be this one. No need to set it. And then inside utils or lib, I have to create this auth. So what I did, I don't need to do this this way, because I'm creating this auth folder here separately, and from here I'm actually exporting this. Once this is done, then I'm actually gonna be using MongoDB. Using MongoDB, things need to be done like this. I need to get the client. So MongoDB adapter needs to have the client. MongoDB adapter, it needs to have the client. That is okay. And as for the client, I'm getting it from DB, your MongoDB client, and all. That's fine. And create data. Can I get one thing? Better auth with a turbo repo. Is there any documentation on this? installation better auth. Okay, let's not worry about this. If I click on this, I will be redirected to the same place. And if I click on databases, okay, they are here. And infrastructure, plugins. Okay, references. Never mind. We can just set it up on our own. So once this is done, and coming back to this particular section, the documentation. So once we have added it, we've done everything. We have even configured it. We have configured this. Once it is configured, we are using bun. So bun x generator. This is mainly for generating this stuff. We don't really need to do it, and we have to enable this. We have done that as well. And once that is done, we have to set up the routes. Have we done that? Setting up the routes inside app API. I have already set up the route. That is great. And come on, yeah. Once the route is actually set up, after that you have to have the client. So inside lib auth client.ts. So inside lib किधर गया ये? Okay, lib auth client.ts. I have already set it up. Literally I can't see that. Okay, this is the section, and I'm exporting sign in, sign up and use session methods from here. Once this particular section is done, then from this, okay, this is also done, this is also done, and that's it. You don't really need to worry about anything. That simply means we can actually focus on the which part. We can focus on the business logic part right now. Let's simply start working with the from the front end side, and then slowly we'll move to the business logic. So when it comes to the front end, so I need to first of all, this much we have here. That is great. And now whenever we are authenticating, it's better to use a server side components to just simply authenticate the user. And if I want to use the server side components, in that case I will have to get the user, right? So use session. How do we get the use session from here? This is the use session from the auth client. So if I actually go with get started basic uses and session, we get the session from two sides. We get the session from client side, we get the session from the server side. From the client side, we can get the session like this from the auth client, and from the server side, we will get it from auth API get session. And we actually have to get it from this side. Why? So that on the server side only we are able to authenticate the user. Because if we are authenticating the user on the client side components, it will take time to reload the stuff and all, and that's not gonna be the best thing. So this is what we have to actually go with. But let's see how it's gonna be going on. I am gonna be taking the help of AI as well, no doubt. And when using better auth, which one should I use for authentication? Session using auth client or session using auth? Let's see. When using better auth, you will see two common ways to get the session: auth client, client session; auth server, server side session. They are used different places in your app. Auth client, client side front end. So use auth client when you are inside browser, React components, nav bar, profile menu showing logged in user, conditional UI. So ultimately, when you want to show some UI related stuff, ultimately whether the user is logged in or not, and some conditional nav bar, conditional information and all. So at that time use the auth client, and you can just simply get the data from the client and you can just simply show it. but best for front-end UI. Keep that particular thing in mind. Server side, use auth on the server. So example, API routes, server actions, middleware, database operations, protecting routes. So when it comes to protecting routes and all, authentication ultimately, at that time I need to use this, and this is really a good thing here. And by the way, I can just simply get it and get it done like this. So auth client, React components, auth server actions, auth API routes, auth this, auth client UI state. Okay, that's done. So this much we've done. But before that, I need to create now a page, a proper sign up page and all. So this is the sign up. We will try to do what? Let's do one thing. Inside this, I'm actually going to create a layout. So auth layout.tsx rfc auth layout, because I want to authenticate the user here itself. The question is, how will I authenticate the user? And it's pretty simple. First of all, I need to get the auth, and this auth will be coming from here. So once I have from auth from at that repo, then I need to get the session from there. So server side component I already have here. Once I got my auth, I will be getting the session like this. So await auth API get session. Headers are gonna be await headers. You need to pass the headers object, and I will be getting the headers from next headers. So let's simply do this much. First of all, this is gonna be server component. Keep that particular thing in mind. That simply means I can make it async, as simple as that. Once it is async, after that const session, okay, sorry, const session is actually gonna be equals to await auth API get session. So await auth dot API slash get session, get session, just like this. And once this is done, after that I have to pass the headers here. So headers are gonna be equals to await and headers, and this header should be coming from next headers, and this is how I'm gonna be passing the things. Once this has actually been passed, I got the session. Session dot, what all do we get? We get the session, we get the user. What do we need to check? We need to check the user. So once we got the session, so if session dot user, if the user exists, in that case what do I have to do? If the user actually exists, and what is this error? Session is possibly null. So in that case, if session exists and session dot user exists, in that case I have to redirect the user. Now inside router, use router, this is mainly for the client component, and over here if I want to redirect the user, so how to redirect the user on the server pages? How to redirect the user on server side components in Next.js. Guides redirecting, great. So how to handle redirects in Next.js? Okay, redirect. So this is the redirect that we get for the server components. So we are gonna be using this one. Update cache, not forget about that. This is the important path. This is the important thing. What does this revalidate path does? It simply updates the cache. The posts ultimately, we'll talk about it more. But this is the important thing that we have to do. And whenever we are inside any action, at that time we will have to revalidate path. Revalidating path in the sense, so that particular. I hope I've done it in my notes as well. Setting the key. So if I actually go to Notion, that's not open yet. So Next.js, I need to revalidate and invalidate the query. Let's see how am I doing it, or am I actually doing it or not. So if I go to my world, software, React, not even React, Udemy, and this is gonna be Tish, and this is gonna be React Next.js, and over here Next.js backend, Next.js client, hooks, server actions, and state management and data fetching, it should be here. And when it comes to this particular section, so basic setup, query provider, this is the setup of what? This is the setup of 10 stack queries, to do app actions, and mainly in the actions, so this is the action section, and in the actions I have to revalidate it. Okay, so what am I doing? Whenever I'm connecting to the DB, create to do, so whenever I'm actually creating the to do, I'm revalidating this path, and when created I revalidated. And apart from this particular thing, I should have proper documentation here as well. Server state manage, thank god I made proper notes. So server state management library for server side data that lives on the server but is needed in your React on Next.js app. Okay, benefits, so this fixes cache by query key, automatic retry on network feature, refetch on Windows focus, use query, use mutation. This is all about 10 stack queries and all, query fetching data, mutation, patch put and all. Okay, fine. And this thing we don't really need to worry about it. Apart from this particular thing, we have to mainly worry about not this section. So let's hydration and caching. I better just simply go through it all, but it's better to just simply go through the important parts here. And important part is this over here, and that is you revalidating when we actually create something, and invalidating when we get something. If I'm not wrong, fetch here it is space, and connect it to the database, get it. Once you got it, simply export it from here. Once you export it from here, no, it hasn't been getting like that. Done. So I'm revalidating whenever I'm toggling something, I'm revalidating that. So I need to know more about it. So remove to do, whenever I'm making any change at that time I'm revalidating it. So I need to know the use case of this one, and that is it. So let's go here, revalidate, update cached posts, revalidate a path. So this revalidate related stuff I must have it. So coming back to this particular section, cached here, and cached revalidate. So over here what we are doing, we are revalidating the data that we are actually getting, and it will be revalidating. Okay, it's like, look, whenever you get the data from the server components or from the backend, that data is actually cached. So and now whenever you send any request back there to the database, or to the database, of course, at that time you want to revalidate it. Why you want to revalidate it? Mainly because so that next time onwards when you fetch the request, I mean send a get request, at that time you are actually getting the new data, because by default data is cached, so you will have to revalidate that. Okay, so this thing is done. Components revalidate after 60 seconds, and hopefully I'm using the, okay, here I'm just simply revalidating the step after a few seconds and all. And there are three types of caches. First of all, always fresh HTTP, this cache no store. So ultimately if I'm making a request and I'm saying it like this, that simply means it will not be getting the cached files and all. Cache force cache, by the way, API UTC, okay, fine. Cache force cache, caching is going to be forced over here, and caching will be revalidated in every 5 seconds. So the thing is that if you are getting the data from the database, okay, at that time if you are saying that cache no store, so the data that you get, that will not be stored. If you are saying cache force, so the data will be forced to be cached. And the third thing is that revalidate 5, that simply means in every 5 seconds or something it will be revalidating. I hope this is 5 seconds or 5 minutes. Hope most probably it is, yeah, it is 5 seconds only. And in this particular section it is going to be permanently cached. In this particular section it will you will always get a new fresh data. In this particular section it will be revalidated in every 5 seconds. So this is how it just simply goes on. And as for that React revalidate that we actually used inside server actions, if I click on this, I should be using revalidate somewhere here. Revalidate, Am I not using it here? I'm just simply returning this stuff. Let's simply check it. Revalidate. Do I have it here? Revalidating tag. So this is the section, revalidate path and all. I knew I saved it somewhere, and even I have written the things the best way possible. Okay, here we are. Oh, what best way possible? Let's simply go through the documentation. Revalidate path. So can be called in server functions and route handlers. Revalidate path can't be called in client components or proxy. And server actions. Okay, fine. And what it does, what can be invalidated? The path parameter can be pointed to pages layout and route handlers. So ultimately, this is just simply being mentioned here. So the thing that I was just simply saying, whenever you are making a request, by default Next.js will simply cache that. So it's your responsibility that whenever you are making any change in the backend side, so at that time you are actually invalidating it, or just use a key. So if you are using a React query and all, at that time you will better use a key. We will go through it all, and of course with the help of AI even we will make everything better. But yeah, the more you work on with this, the better you will get at this. Refresh the blog page. So revalidate. So I just updated that. As I updated, I'm gonna be revalidating that. Okay. And I think, what I think, if I'm actually using React query, a 10 stack queries, they handle it from their own side. So we use something called key. We set the key while getting the data. We invalidate the queries. So in that case, I think we don't need to use this. But let me ask this question again. So what is the question? If I use a React query, do I still need to use a revalidate path? Because I think they use query key and invalidate queries. Let's see. Short answer, usually no. If you are using a 10 stack query, you normally do not need a revalidate path, but this depends on how you fetch the data. When using React query, React query manages caching using React query key, invalidate queries, and refetch queries. So query key, invalidate queries, this is how I can just simply invalidate this. No revalidate path needed. Then when a revalidate path is needed, import revalidate path next cache, revalidate path slash dashboard. So when revalidate path is used when you fetch the fetch data with the Next.js server caching. So import revalidate cache used when you server components. When you use server components, you fetch with the caching, and you use server actions, or you use server actions. Okay, I'm gonna be using server actions, that is for sure. This tells Next.js invalidate the server cache for this page. Revalidate path slash dashboard. So difference: cache type, cache, server cache. React query approach. Fetch data, invalidate it. So fetch data, set it. After creating a course, invalidate it. UI refreshes automatically. Sometimes apps use server actions and all. And hang on for a sec. This revalidate is path is mainly for what? This revalidate path is for the server side. So I will have to anyhow use this revalidate path. Client mutation, I will have to use invalidate query. Modern dashboard choose one system, but most modern dashboards choose one system. Recommended: since you are building a complex platform, course quizzes and all, 10 stack query, APIs and invalidate queries, avoid relying heavily on revalidate path. It becomes messy in large apps. So best pattern: front end React query, API routes, and databases. If you want, I can also show you professional architecture. What if I use a React query key for front end and revalidate for server actions and all? Let's see. Yes, you can use both together, and many modern Next.js apps do exactly this, but you need to understand what each one is responsible for. You would be combining 10 stack queries for client caching, revalidate path and revalidate tag servers cache. These caches are completely separate systems. That's right. What happens in your setup? You set React query for front end, revalidate for the server actions. That means client side React query controls UI data, and server actions, so they are gonna be server modifies data and clears Next.js cache. So this is how it's gonna be going on. So I'm gonna be I create course, and as soon as I created the course, so I just simply set the data and revalidate path slash dashboard slash courses. So whenever now I'm going to make a request to this one, at that time I am gonna be getting the new data. So server modifies data and clears Next.js server cache. The problem you might face: revalidate path does not update React query automatically. Example: for user creates course, server action runs, revalidate clears server cache, React query still shows old data. Why? Because React query has its own cache. Correct way to combine them: after the server action finishes, you must invalidate the React query. So yeah, this is how we have to just simply go ahead. Overall things are done. I'm gonna be using both of them. One of them is going to be used for server actions, and another one is going to be used for the front end part. Okay, coming back to this particular section, not session. Okay, apart from this thing, what do I have to do? If I will be using a redirect, right? Redirect. This should be coming from next navigation, and user should be redirected to the if the user is not authenticated. Okay, if the user is already authenticated, dashboard, that's gonna be the dashboard. So user should be redirected here, and that's it. And this is the layout. Children, and that's gonna be React node. So this is how I'm gonna be going ahead, and hopefully this will work fine. And once this is done, so from here I will just simply return the children only, no difference as such. So this is how it's gonna be going ahead. It will simply check. Okay, got it. So this thing is done. Apart the same kind of layout I will have inside main as well. So let's simply paste it here. But there's gonna be a difference. If a session does not exist and session.user does not exist, session will definitely exist. If session exists and session.user does not exist, in that case redirect the user to the home page. So just like this, this should be quite well. And let's see how it authenticated. Okay, and I'm gonna be directly asking it, give me example of authenticating the user using session. Let's see how it's doing the same thing. No need to worry about this. No need to worry about this either. No need to worry about this either. Need to worry about this one. So getting the session if there is no session authorized. So protect API route. Get request whenever I'm sending a get. Protect a server page. So session, if not session, redirect the user to the login page. I'm even checking for the user, and I think session is gonna be just enough for us, right? If session is there, that simply means user is there. So I can even make it like this. So instead of keeping this much, I'm gonna be just going with this as well. Bro, if I have the session, redirected the user to the home page, and in this particular section, okay, if I have the session, redirected the user to the dashboard page, and over here if I don't have the session, redirected the user to the home page. So this is how it's gonna be going ahead, and that's it. So understandable, and hopefully it's gonna be working fine. And on the client side, I'm gonna be using this use session. This is not quite needed. This use session will mainly be used for the data and all, then that's it, nothing else. So that's great, we've done it. So this much we are done with. And apart from this particular thing, inside main, what all do we need to have? So inside main, I need to have my home page. So there needs to be home page actually. So inside main, I will have main page dot tsx. So this is the one, this is the file, and main in the sense if I just directly go there, so that's gonna be visible. And apart from this particular thing, I will have a dashboard here. So dashboard slash page dot tsx, and again I will generate the UI using AI. Honestly, I don't have a lot of time to just simply, I mean, it is not wasting, but generating the forms, doing this and all, I can get it done by AI. I want to focus on the business logic part. I will tell it exactly what all it should contain. It will give me the code. I will paste it here. So this is how it's gonna be going ahead. Uh, Honestly, I don't wanna play with the I mean, or maybe we will be doing it. It will not be that good, but I think taking the help of AI would be better here. One more thing I will have here. That's gonna be I have dashboard again, meeting slash page dot tsx. So this is how I'm gonna be going ahead. As for this meeting, so it will even be getting slash id. So just like this, so meeting will be getting its own id. So I think inside meeting I need to have the id. How do we do this? And what is this thing called? This thing is called slug. So if I go to better auth, I'm next.js. And how does this slugging thing work? Control K. No, it's not gonna work. Slug. So ultimately, app blog slug and then page.tsx. So this is just gonna be directly okay inside slug. I will have that. So this is more or less right. So I have this meeting. Inside this meeting, I'm gonna be having one more folder, and that's gonna be the ID one. And inside this ID, I will have one more page, the page.tsx. So overall, this is how the things are gonna be going ahead. Okay, first of all, we of course have to focus on the RFC. This thing is done, and then RFC. We have to focus on the authentication part. Once the authentication is done, the basic authentication, then we will go with the next steps. So this is how it's gonna be going on. I already have this layout, and this is gonna be main layout.tsx. So this is how it's gonna be going ahead. And main is done, auth layout is done, sign up page.tsx already here, and this is already here. That's great. Okay, what is the next thing that I will be doing? The next thing would be creating the pages. Okay. And when it comes to creating the pages, so what all do I need to have? Mainly I need to have two things. So the okay, I will just generate the front end, nothing else. Okay, so most of the business logic I will get everything done. Let me generate just the front end, sign up page and login page, just the UI, nothing else. I will not even ask it to add a extra thing over there. Just the UI is going to be generated, nothing else. I think this is fair enough. All the business logic stuff that's already gonna be added from my side. Just UI section I'm generating from here, and this is the sign up page. So let's go to the sign up section. Let me replace everything from here. This is just the UI that I got. Okay, and again I will be using many more things. I may be using even shared CN. I'm not using. Okay, never mind. We'll figure it out. And then the next one is gonna be for login. So this is gonna be for the login page, and that is it, done. Okay, fine. So let's go to this sign up, paste it here. Let's go at the top, and this is gonna be for the login page. So let's make it a sign in, just like this. This is gonna be sign up, sign in, sign up. I have these two things, and once I have them, so let's see how they are gonna be looking like. Again, we will focus on the functionality part, that is for sure, but let's see. ls and turbo dev. This is the home page, that's okay. Slash dashboard, or not dashboard actually, login. Well, that is actually sign in. How is this gonna look like? I think it needs to be compiled first of all, then I'm gonna be getting the result here. And let's see, it's just loading, still loading. Got the error. The problem is in the layout. Great job. And what it is saying here, Mongo server selection here, connection is not happening. So it is unable to connect it to the MongoDB. Why is that so? The reason is quite simple. Docker sudo docker process status, it's not running, so it is not able to connect it to this. Sudo docker process status say for all, and oh my god. Okay, I have this MongoDB and these extra things, let's not worry about them. This is the important stuff. MongoDB, I have to install this. So sudo docker start MongoDB. Sudo. Now it is running. So if I actually try to connect turbo dev right now, hopefully it will work. This is the home page, and sign in, and this is how it looks like. And what it looks like, it looks really bad. This AI is crazy. It's better to then generate everything on my own. I'll be making it quick. I'm gonna be removing it. It's better to just simply generate it. I know, even if I take the help of AI, that's gonna be even faster. But even I have to focus on the UI part as well. I have to just use shared CN and all, and RFC. So yeah, let's do it. So when it comes to the sign-in page, so I'm gonna be having a pretty simple sign-in page. I can definitely use the shared CN, with not just shared CN. So I'm gonna be using this. Apart from this particular shared CN, I'm gonna be using Daisy UI. Let's check this thing out as well. When it comes to this Daisy UI, let's click on the components, not components. I have to go through the documentation. So npm install Daisy UI @latest. So this is what needs to be installed, and it will work directly. Hopefully it will work directly. So why am I not being redirected? Am I facing the network issue? Not really. Well, the thing is that it's been 2 hours. We have to be here for 2 hours more. That's it. Hopefully it's gonna be done soon. Docs. This is working fine. So what's wrong with this Daisy UI stuff? Internal server. Okay, now it's fine. So what am I supposed to be doing here? I have to just simply add this, and then this is going to be done. So this is that simple, right? So overall, you have to install this, and once it is installed, add it in the plugin, and once this is done, it should be hopefully working fine, as we are already using Bun over here. So Bun server, coming back to this one, install Bun plugin Tailwind and Daisy UI. So Bun install plugin Tailwind, this Daisy UI plugin, and add HTML CSS. Okay, for Bun server, right, we are not really using that, so I can directly go with this documentation install, and over here I have to just simply install this. So this time what will I do? I'm gonna be creating it. Let's see. Hopefully with the help of the UIs, it will not take a lot of time to just simply create the stuff, and it's better to create it. We have a lot of time, we can do it. Let's simply install it here. npm, am I using npm? Not really. This is Google Meet, right? I'm using Bun over here. Bun add. keep this particular thing in mind कि I'm actually using bun. Well, that's insane. Okay, this is done. Let's simply edit this. So this is going to be added there, and once this is actually added, after that I have to just simply install, add this particular plugin. So I can actually go to UI, and because of course we are working with Java repo and all, have to go to this global CSS, and over here have to add this particular plugin. So ultimately two things are gonna be used over here, and framework install wait. Tailwind did this, wait at the latest Daisy Y, and then Tailwind CSS needs to be added there, and then Daisy Y need to be added there. We are doing quite the right stuff. How can I check whether it's working or not? For checking this, let's simply go to the button. These are the buttons that are available from this side. This is the button. So this is how it goes. So I'm gonna be using Daisy Y, quite interesting. Let's use this large button. So for using the large button, I have to just simply copy this much, and then it should be working fine. So if I actually make it a bit smaller, close everything. If I actually go to main pins, that doesn't matter, and I'm gonna be using this button X large. Cut it from here. Everything is fine. X large, or I can say large button. So this is it. It's all about checking whether it works or not. So cd to directories back, turbo dev, and coming back to this one, closing. Amazing job. Daisy UI is also working, and Daisy UI has given us the default what? If I go to another page like / dashboard, so this is the default. Nope, not dashboard. Didn't it work? Dash. Okay, we can't visit the dashboard.